welcome to Satisfactory update number 3. My name is Nilaus and this is episode 14 of our Let's Play. So I took the liberty of going back and getting some more materials so we can focus on building our coal generators this time, and hopefully with a bit of luck and maybe even a bit of skill we will be able to hook everything up as it is. Now we do have a clock ticking, the clock ticking being we're running out of biomass at some point, so I want to get my 450 megawatt power plant up and running before that. In order for us to do that, we need 6 coal power generators or coal generators. Just go through the numbers first. This will output 450 megawatts minus, of course, what is needed for pumps, miners, and water extractors. I don't exactly know how that is, but it's probably actually 20 for each of those. It's probably going to be down to half, maybe. So 20. That's probably about 40 here plus the pumps. It's going to be 60 taken out. Anyway, so it'll generate 450 megawatts of power. For that, we need 90 coal per minute. On top of that, we need 270 water per minute, which is about 1 water pipe. So let's get 1 water pipe. Let's start by building the coal power plant, because that's kind of the look and feel of what we want here. And now I'm going to build it over here, I guess. And there is a special way that you have to build it. Let me see. That's definitely way too special way. I'm just going to do that so I don't have to open up too many times. It'll be on this one then. That is the perfect alignment. And I'll come back to why that's the perfect alignment. That one. And at least perfectly in line. So these are now right across from each other. I will build more. They'll be on the other side. They'll be building here. Whoa, look at that was the shadow coming. Let me see if that one looks perfect. It is not perfect. It's too far away. So I'll just take the next one. I'm gonna go. That's aligned, which is too far away. That one is then perfect, right? Yes, it is. That one, and then I'll show you why I think this is the perfect way to do it. Right. So now we need this one. The coal power plants, they are very different. There is an inbound for belt with coal, and there's an inbound for liquids here. If we configure, then we can see how much water is stored inside, and it can store 50 cubic meters of water inside, and it will consume 45 per minute. That means it has a buffer when it's fully stacked of 1 minute from the time that power shuts off or we are unable to provide water in. There's 1 minute. That means if you, for example, cut the water because you just want to realign the water extractors, you have 1 minute of water if this is fully stacked. And on top of that, I want to make sure that we get some other things as well. We do have also to use some of those things we have. Logistics, is that here? No. Is it organization? Yes. Industrial fluid buffer. That's not working because we don't have any modular frames. I guess we'll make some modular frames. This is, I don't know if it's super important, but I think we want to do it just to illustrate why, how, and stuff. I'm gonna get 2 of those, so that was 5 for each. That means I need to build 10. That's 2. Click, 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 click. And the last 2. Thank you. Now let's get that pump. Oh, that's not a pump. This one. That one. And that one. Still plenty of room here. So let's have a look at this. This one is having a fill rate and a drain rate. So how much is coming in per minute and how much going out. And that just summarizes whether it is filling up the buffer or it is evacuating the buffer. Now this one also has a flush function. I guess this is primarily when you get like the wrong type of material in, or for whatever reason you pump some oil in. And this one will now run down the middle. That's gonna happen exactly like pipes, or sorry, like belts, like this, and then that one goes down. However, we're not gonna do that just yet, because and this is coming back to why this is perfect alignment. We're gonna do something fancy. It's gonna be this one, unfortunately, and that one. These two are alternated for some reason in this setup. This save. So I'm gonna get, this is where my belt comes in. It comes in, then it will go in and out from this location in the middle there. Build these on top of each other, 3 high. Then I'll be able to take a conveyor lift. And did you hear that sweet sound? That means if you place it at exactly this distance, the distance being this, I don't know, supporter, this thing is supposed to protect it when you, against bumping into it on a car or something. And it has to be right out from this one. If you look on the other side, like that, if you do this, then it will hit. Now the disadvantage is that these are alternate, so if I put it in here, it'll go into the water, so I actually have to build another one, another splitter. This is towards the middle of it, and that one. There. Because what this allows is that it allows us to have a clean line here where we can get the liquid into the different areas easily. This one seems like a lot of work. It really isn't when you get used to it, and I really like this setup, so that's why I like it. That's why I do it. So that one, go to the next one. Go there. That one, and the next. And it has to fit over on the other side. Come on, there. So that being said, that did not take very long. What I need to do is, since this is 90 coming in, it has to be a Mark II belt. That has to be a Mark II belt. That has a Mark II belt. That one has to be Mark II belt, but the rest do not have to be Mark II belts. They can be Mark I belts. There, remember those, otherwise it just doesn't work. There. Now let's do the next part. It's going to be the piping. Have to align it towards the middle. And this gets also a bit dicey because I like things to be somewhat symmetrical here. And that means I need that one. Inbound. And there's a lot of jumping around to get this sorted. You can take it off and then it aligns towards the entrance, and then when you slide it in, it doesn't align, but you still have the blue line, so it still helps. A teal line, or whatever color you want to call it. Teal, cyan, I don't know. The colored lines, you know me and colors. Maybe you do. That one. Yeah. And once we're done with this, I love that sliding, especially with pipes now as well, because they're really big and bulky. After this, all we need to do is power this up and just get the stuff inbound. Just the stuff inbound, not a problem. Not a problem at all. And yeah, it's certainly more work than setting up the coal power plant in the olden days. I think they produce more power. I think they used to produce like 50 megawatts. But now they produce 75. So I guess that's kind of compensating for the fact that we need something else. And it's kind of expensive or kind of difficult to make. So this one will absolutely go there. Haha, no. Yeah, it's gonna run into that one. Let's build the mines. We can't rebuild that one, so we can build the 3. Still not this one. Why does it have to be 2 of these? Alright, 3 portable miners. 2. It's very important, I would say, to not hook up everything to power before it's needed. Because as soon as you start getting the power operational, then you're having to account for it or use it at this point. So, that one. Alright. That one we don't like. It didn't despawn, unfortunately. This one is going to be a splitter. Right there in front of you. Yes. Because the splitter will get into... Do I want to take it into this location or do I want to take it... I'm just trying to figure out how to do the pipe. The pipes just get him over there, right? Let's just get over there. Let's get Q. Let's get some logistics things. Mark 1 belt and that one. Yeah. This one should be middle. Then run in here and grab this. And no. This has to be a Mark II conveyor belt. And then this one looks bad by comparison. Yeah. This one should be 1, 2 inwards. Why? Because then I can take this one up here and in there. Great. Now if I go down to this location, I'm going to get a conveyor lift Mark II. And now it will be directed the right direction here. There. Now it will be an inbound. Now, if only there was a way that I could... you know, I'm going to build this damn thing underneath here. There's just so much alignment going on that it just... I wonder if I could do this. And then the miner. Oh yeah, we can. Nice. Great. So, we need a Mark II lift that comes from here and goes in here. Yes. So I need a merger that comes from... Isn't that aligned? No, it's not. That's the weird thing, right? It cannot be aligned to this one. Or can it? See, it's still not aligned, even though it said it was aligned. 7. Aha, it's happy. Okay, not if I don't. I just click random buttons just because. Get to the center of this. It's weird that I have to now align to this way and not align this way. Odd. I'll do this one anyway, and then I just have to accept that it doesn't really matter when it's a bit curvy here. And that's a Mark II belt from here to here because it's going to carry 90. Then I'm going to take that one in there, and from that one into the back. Got it. That was an interesting placement. I don't really want any of these down here. They look ugly. Even though this looks a bit hovery then. There. Yeah, it's a bit hovery, but... Alright, so this is the 90 going in. Now the next part will be getting the piping. My guess would be... Now there's, if you look at this current build mode default, conveyor 2D, vertical. Vertical is better if you want to make, you wait for it, vertical things. Although it is still almost impossible without. Without like looking this one. So this I guess that one would be, yeah, it goes out, goes in, and then goes exactly in the middle. Yes, please. That's what I like. Cool. Take this out. Now from here on, it can just go weird and wonky. However, we are almost certain, and by almost certain I mean 100% certain, almost, that we're going to need a pump here. That pump can, it's going to be really interesting. It says how much head lift it can do, how much additional height it can add. And now I need to build this. Oh no, I fell down. Damn it. I should not have the vertical build mode. I should just have the default build mode, I think. And I need to get up back out there. How do I even do that? I guess I don't. Interesting. That one. That seems like a good location. Then I kind of want to go down here. I wonder, can we put... Oh, we can put it. Nice. Okay, so we might need an extra pump here. Don't want to take too many pumps, but we'll explore a bit further later on when everything is hooked up, how we actually need this. You can use the mouse wheel to sort of turn the... Put like this. You can also do it that way. That's again when you click one more, then you can take the direction. That's why you now have to do so many clicks. And let's see. It's important, I think, that we do not have too many ups and downs. So if you go down, for example, here, then we should not be going back up. And that's too far. It's too far. Perhaps too long. Perhaps not too long. Which means at this point, I think I'd like to just raise it to this level. So we can also skip over that one. Let's see. It's important that we do not pipe too long, pipe not too long. The clipping, no clipping. 2 up seems like a good location, and we can see the 2 pipes. The 2 pipes are getting closer. I can either take it around this bend or I can go above it. I think we'll go around it. We don't know how the... I like going 1 up because there's already a bit of an incline here. Also 1 up. Does it make it? No, not yet. Close though. Yeah. And this little base we have should now be deconstructed. Yeah, let's make sure. This is a good case of just using the deconstructor here for everything. Except the pipes. Not a surprise that we got a box of goodies here. There. Alright, let's get the power from this one. Let's follow the pipeline. Ooh, I made a mistake somewhere. I don't have a buffer for for the coal. I need that. Did it work? Yeah, it works. No, too long. There. That one. So now, yep, this one has increased because we are now getting water. Maybe water, obviously not. We're gonna go back there, and take a look at what that looks like. But first, I think I want to make sure that we have a buffer for the coal as well, which should be super easy to make because we can just build it right there. Yes, perfect. Container, and weird that it has this alignment. That one. This has to be... I'm also actually saving some Mark II belts by doing this. Great. Okay, I guess it's time to hook up the miners though. That means that one. Got it. That one. But not the last one. Yeah. Let's see. This one gets... It's gonna get... without this one going up here, then I'm going to have 120 going in. There we go. The first one coming in. First one coming in. It'll go into this buffer. No water at all. Also, by the way, because... that's not great. That is not great. I'm going to do that one. That can go here. That can go here. So this is a pump that doesn't do anything because there's still no water inside the pump. So now we go back. We are currently vastly increasing our power demand. I don't know why. Yeah. And we have to figure out where the water gets to. Once that happens, we might just get... what is our max power? Max power is 400, so that's... yeah. It's something. It's not a lot though. It's not enough. This pipe just snaking its way through the landscape. I like it. It's nice. So these are churning, and at this point this is full and there is a throughput of 260. The max should be 270, so that's actually looking fine. Do we have pump? We have water. Let's just keep flowing over here just to see. Looking fine. Oh, look at the pressure. Pressure has dipped a lot, but that could also be because these pipes are now full. That's still a mystery to me. Like, of course there's no flow if everything is full. The only question is then, where do we no longer have a full pipe? No flow, but still water. That means the water can get here. It can also get here. Maybe it just absolutely worked. No, there's no puffs of smoke. That works. All right. That works. That doesn't quite work. So I think this is my expectation as well, that I would need to get a pump there. Ah, I really want this one. How about if this one was connected to that instead? Then it didn't need to be connected to this one, I think. And this one could be... let's see if this pump is getting anything. It is. It's pumping. So now you see head lift. This is how much vertical distance it pumps to the next pump. And it's clearly working now because it's emptying the pipe. This one now has a flow. That's great to see. Come on, I want to see these. Oh, right. We haven't even hooked up the power. That is disgraceful. Actually, that might not be the worst thing in the world that we didn't do that. Are you doing anything? You're getting water. Yeah, but very, very slowly. Why are you not getting water? This one's pumping. Yep. And this one has a lot of fluid. This one has a lot of fluid. It gets 200 in. Okay. This one gets less than that in. And so it is building up something in here. And the rest is going into there. Sweet. Let's hook up the power to our beautiful new coal power plant and it'll work. I guarantee it. Hope. Here it comes. Do you hear it? Do you hear that sweet sound of nice polluting coal power? Beautiful. Oh, don't fall down. Actually, and that one are redundant because we don't want water in those locations. And that goes to this one, which will then go... No. I'll do that. And there we go. Power plant. Look at the power. It was at 400 before, and looks like that dip might have been something else that's run out. So it was at 360. That means something else has run out. That's the two 20 megawatt power plants on the hub that ran out. Those were not restocked. And then we go to 360 plus the 450 from this power plant. And look at that. We have power again. Beautiful. Everything about this is just awesome. And they are working. When it's working at full capacity, you can see the water here. The consumption, it says 45. I don't like that though. Because is it really consuming this much? When it's not consuming the same. I mean, is the coal power is scaled towards the power, but is the water always the same, or is the water scaled down with the power as well? I don't know. Guess we might be able to find out. Fill rate, empty rate. It's certainly consuming more water than it should if it was proportional to... It's so small. Okay, if it was proportional to the power usage, because this is about, I mean, it's more than it's about, let's call it a third, right? So it's consuming 1/3 of the power, then it means it consumes 1/3 of the coal, but it certainly consumes more than 1/3 of the water, right? You can see here, all of this is 270 would be 100%, so this is more like 70% consumption. If anyone knows, I'd like to know. So leave me a comment in the chat if you know this. I like no, not just guess. Because if I'm looking at this, it seems like all the pipes here should be full, right? No, it's not actually full. Flow rate. It's interesting to look at. So the flow rate at this point, that is exact. This flow rate is how much is consumed. Alright, so I guess we got the answer here. This flow rate is pretty much 100 and a bit out of 270 is pretty much like a third, a bit more than a third, and that corresponds pretty well with what this we have here. Plus there's still probably some pipes here and there that still need a bit of topping up. Nope, they are full. Alright. That's gonna do it for us. We have built a coal power plant. That's very nice. If we could take one more water pipe in, and now we're looking at it, go like, should have made it a bit more neat, shouldn't we? If we can get another line in from the lake, then we could hook up 450 more power. But I don't think that's... the question is whether that's what we should do now. Because I certainly have the space, I have the coal for it, but I don't have... And I have the extractors, but I don't have the space in the water to actually fill it up. And then becomes the question of, can I then take maybe like 5 pumps? So 5 pumps, would that be enough? 5 times 20 is exactly 600, which would be 2 pipes. So could I take one of the pipes and then split it? I don't know how that would work. I don't know how that would be interesting actually, because I think I need, with 5 pumps we could get 2 of these. Cool. Let's figure that out. But until then, we have our first little power plant. It's looking good. There are nice puffs of smoke, and we have somewhat stability on power. We don't need biofuel anymore, but we cannot expand either. So what's the next challenge? I don't really know. Let's figure out. It's probably steel. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time. Until then, stay effective.